Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host, Ruby, and today we're going to be getting back into the book of Superstitions, a handbook of folklore, myths, and legends from around the world by D.R. McElroy. But before we begin, I would like to say thank you for tuning in, and I hope that everyone is doing good. And without further ado, my dear friends, grab a snack, grab a drink, or sit back and relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Voodoo and Santeria, gods and goddesses. There are few actual gods in voodoo-type religions, partly due to the influence of Catholic suppression. There are, however, many spirits with godlike capabilities. Some are presented here. I might say these names wrong, and if I do apologize in advance, but I am going to be trying my best. Bondi Haiti. Bondi is the good god, the supreme being of the voodoo religion. Bondi is the creator and the highest principle in the universe, much like the Brahman in Hindu religion. Bondi is the eternal everything embodiment of the human experience and the bringer of order from the chaos. He created all life, and all life therefore belongs to him. Things are considered good if they strengthen the bonds of humanity, and bad if they disrupt those bonds. The name Bondi is derived from the Creole French bon Dieu, meaning good God. Lao, Haiti. Lao are the spirit intermediaries between humans and the supreme god, Bondi. Because Bondi himself is too complex for human understanding or interaction, the Lao are consulted when humanity needs help, and they may either act directly with those who summon them, or may intercede with Bondi on behalf of the summoner. In this manner, they are much like the Catholic saints, whose positions were assimilated into the voodoo religion. The Lao can be subdivided into three categories called families below. Rara are spirits of West African Old World origin, generally considered benevolent creator types. The color associated is white. Petu, are spirits whose origin is Haitian. They are New World spirits, typically considered more aggressive than Rada, and concerned with deeper, perhaps darker, topics such as life and death, revenge and anger. The color association is red. Gwudi are spirits associated with the dead. They act to transport souls, celebrate irreverence, and encourage sexuality and the sex act. They serve as reminders of the goodness of life despite death. The color association is black. The chief of the Gudi is Baron Samedi. Spelling varies. Made famous by the James Bond movie Live and Let Die. None of the Laua should be judged as being good or evil. They are neither. They are more like chaotic neutral, acting as they see fit without the bonds of human morality or social concerns. Orishas, Cuba. Spirits of the Santeria Lukumi religion, Orishas, fill the same function as the Lao of Voodoo. The religion of Santeria is similar to that of Voodoo, with original African beliefs, this time with Yoruba speaking people rather than Fon speaking people, of enslaved peoples who were brought to Cuba rather than Santo Domingue or Santo Domingo. Again, the Catholic saints and rituals were superimposed on the Yoruban spirits in order to get around restrictions on native religions. Lukume Orishas are associated with Catholic saints. Only a few of the hundreds of original African Orishas have a presence in Santeria. Aganu Orisha governing the violence of natural earth processes such as earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. This spirit appropriately has a hot temper, and he can also be appealed to for relief from fevers. His color association is red, and his Catholic saint is Saint Christopher, lending Agunu dominion over travelers as well. Babalu, Orisha of sickness and healing, patron Orisha of beggars, the sick and the disabled. He can cause infections as easily as he can heal them, and his Catholic equivalent is Saint Lazarus, the leper, who was raised from the dead and healed by Christ. The color of Babalu are purple and light blue. Shango, Orisha of thunder, lightning, and fire. He can be invoked to exact revenge or bring justice to the wronged. Shango is a violent and powerful Orisha, given to rages and outlandish behaviors, as well as causing death by electrocution or fire. Not surprisingly, Shango is a symbol of male strength and fertility, and is a notorious womanizer. This Orisha is variously associated with saints Barbara, Mark, Jerome, Elijah, Expeditus, and Bartholomew. His colors are red and white. Elegua, Eshu. Elegua is the most powerful Orisha other than Obatala. He is the Orisha of secrets and mysteries, opening doorways and facilitating new experiences. He is also appealed to by travelers. He is a messenger to those, he is a messenger to the other Orishas, a warrior and a trickster. He is a ruler of crossroads and can see the past, present, and future. He tends to be mischievous, childlike, and teasing. He adores children, but can also be clever, sly, and devilish. He is known to cause accidents and injuries involving bleeding. He is sometimes associated with Satan for his trickster ways, but Elegua is not evil. His colors are red and black. Obatala, the creator of all living things, and the earth itself, and the father of many of the Orishas. He is the oldest of them, and looks after the others. He is the Sky Father, the King of Kings, the patron Orisha of leadership, knowledge, justice, and handicapped, and the military. He is a former warrior who atones for the atrocities he witnessed in war via his own compassion and patience. His wife is Yamana, the Orisha of the oceans. Obatala is the only Orisha who embodies both male and female qualities. His color is pure white. Osan, Orisha of nature, forests, and herbal healing. Osan is the patron of hunters and homes. Osan presents with a single leg, single arm, single ear, and single eye. He uses a crutch made from a twisted tree branch and is usually associated with Pope Saint Sylvester I, though associations with Saints John, Joseph, and others also occur. Osan's colors are red, green, white, and yellow. Osun, Orisha of love, fertility, and marriage. Osun is one of the few female Orishas and is in charge of the lower abdomen and genitalia. She has far-ranging associations with feminine beauty, human relationships, fresh water, and relief from drought. She is commonly associated with the Virgin Mary, particularly in Osun aspects as Our Lady of Charity, who provides hope and helps ensure survival on the seas. Our Lady of Charity is the patron saint of Cuba, the home of Santeria. Osun's colors are red, green, amber, violet, yellow, and coral, in celebration of her transformation into a peacock in myth. American mythical monsters. The monsters represented here are from a variety of sources, which may themselves be mythical. None of this is dogma. Mythology and folklore are passed mainly through oral traditions, and as such are subject to a tremendous amount of variation in the telling. Additionally, since the very nature of syncretic religions is to be an amalgam of other traditions, inconsistencies are common. Here is a list of some of the monsters of American myth. Beast of Bladenboro, North Carolina, U.S. In the mid-1950s, a creature described as a large cat made off with a number of dogs in the area. Reports rolled in regarding missing livestock as well, and hysteria peaked when the bodies of dead dogs were allegedly found drained of blood. Hunters from around the country descended to Bladenboro with the expectation of bagging the beast. Eventually, someone shot a bobcat, and the poor animal was displayed as the beast, so that the overzealous hunters would leave. Bladenboro continues to celebrate the mythical monster with a Beast Fest each year in October. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Pacific Northwest, U.S. Everybody knows about this monster. 7 to 9 feet, 2 to 3 meters tall, hairy all over, long swinging arms and huge feet. It manages to stay hidden in the well-trampled Pacific North woods, stubbornly resisting having its picture taken, while capable of causing terrific harm due to its enormous size and strength. Bigfoot is rarely reported as having actually hurt anyone or anything unless you count the game it kills to feed itself. Also, 30% of polled Americans admit to believing in Bigfoot, with nearly the same number of Canadian believers. Several TV shows have devoted their programming to the lore and hopefully capture of live Bigfoot. Most of these shows have subsequently been cancelled without ever having accomplished their goal. Bigfoot is a cash cow in the area, so his continuing to be at large, pun intended, is beneficial to the inhabitants of his homeland. Some say the Wendigo, another large beast spirit, this time of Native American myth, is the same creature. However, the Wendigo's association with cannibalism and its description at topping 15 feet or 4.5 meters in height would indicate otherwise. Chupacabra. The name of this creature, Chupacabra, of Mexican American myth and Puerto Rican myth, because there are sightings in Puerto Rico as well. But the myth is translated as goat sucker, and it is said to drain the blood of livestock. It looks like some sort of mangy bear or dog, though supposed specimens of the beasts, when photographed, are nearly always dead. The creatures are also seen in Puerto Rico and other Latin countries. Goo Bayou South. Another monster of the South. This one is a lake inhabitant that gets its name from the hideous sound it makes. In turn of the 20th century, Arkansas's the creature was described as being 20 feet or 6 meters long and reptilian, with enormous tusks that could kill large livestock. Hodag, Wisconsin, U.S. One of the strangest American monsters, the Hodag, is native to the woods of Wisconsin, and it is ferocious. There are several subspecies of Hodag, and the beast has become the official mascot of the city of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. It is stated to have horns, an elephant's grin, the spiked back of a dinosaur, and various other undesirable traits. A famously faked photo from the several early turn of the 20th century, a time famously famous for fabulous fakes, shows townsmen surrounding a purportedly dead Hodag with their spears and axes at the ready. An unfortunate boy lies unconscious, presumably dead, in the foreground. A well-known huckster claimed to have captured one alive, only admitting it was a hoax when representatives of the Smithsonian Institution threatened to come investigate it. Jackrabbit Texas. So bizarre, it's comical. This creature, shown only in pictures and taxidermy species and specimens, consists of a large jackrabbit which sports the antlers of an antelope or deer. The animals mate during electrical storms, yet are somehow extinct. Despite continuing to appear in souvenir shops across the West, theorists believe that the legend began with the sighting of rabbits which were infected with the real Shope papillomavirus, which causes infected animals to sprout horny growths on their faces and heads. Jersey Devil, New Jersey, U.S. Back when New Jersey actually had much more wilderness, the 1700s, the deeply religious settlers of the area told of a demon born to a human woman, which would fly through the woods emitting wailing, high-pitched cries. It has the head of a horse, with the wings and claws of a demon. La Llorona, the weeping woman of a New Mexico myth. La Llorona is the ghost of a woman who drowned her sons in a jealous rage, then went insane with her own guilt. She either starved to death on the banks of the river where she drowned them, or she alternatively threw herself into the same river and also drowned. Her ghost returns to haunt the river bank and kill other young children who venture too close to the water. She can be seen wearing a white gown, walking up and down the riverside as she screams and wails in grief. Loveland Frog, Ohio, U.S. While earlier reports were dismissed, this creature became famous when two different police officers from the same jurisdiction reported sightings citing it on separate occasions 2 weeks apart. It was described as about 3 feet 1 meter tall, with webbed hands and feet, and a face like a frog. Neither officer would describe the creature as a monster, but rather insisted that they thought it was a lost household pet. Lugaru, also Rogaru, Louisiana, a corruption of the Cajun French loup-garou, spelling vary. This creature is essentially a werewolf. Lugaru are shapeshifters who transform from human to wolf-like animals at will, without being dependent on the moon phase, and suck the blood of their victims. They also keep their human minds while in their wolf form. Derived from Haitian myth, the creatures are said to exchange the blood of their victims for magical powers via a pact with Satan or some other demon. It's known by many other names. Soyukuyant, Socreant, Dominica, Saint Lucia, Guadalupe, Olehigu, Olehag, Guyana, Jamaica, Asema, Suriname, and Hag, Bahama. Moth Man, West Virginia, U.S. First spotted in the 1960s, this creature was said to be 7 feet tall, or 2 meters tall, with the wings of a bat, or sometimes fluttery like a butterfly. Since it flies at night, it was dubbed Moth Man by the press. Sightings were regular, if not particularly common, until a tragic accident involving the collapse of a major automobile bridge resulted in dozens of deaths. Mothman sightings ceased afterwards, leaving some to wonder if the creature was trying to warn or waiting to act. Skunk Ape, Florida and Georgia. In the American South, especially Florida, this creature is notorious for its smell, which is extreme. It is an urban myth that makes the rounds from time to time. Most recently, in 2000, in Florida, it is blamed for death and injury to animals, especially livestock. Some say the animal is a Bigfoot relative, but distinguished from its much bigger cousin by having only 4 toes to Bigfoot's 5. There's a Skunk Ape gift shop in the Everglades National Park. Slender Man. This is the newest monster phenomena. A being created by a person on the internet. Started in 2009 by a Florida man on a monster website. Slender Man soon went viral, and thousands of fans embellished his legend, giving him a life of his own. The monster was so successful, it actually drove 2 Wisconsin teens to stab their classmate 19 times in an effort to please the creature, which they claim they believed was real. The crime was glamorized in a Hollywood movie. Wampus Cat, Mid-South, U.S. Half woman, half wild cat, this monster has yellow fangs, glowing eyes, and reeks like a sewer. It is said to kill animals and kidnap, presumably to eat young children. Stories tell of a Cherokee wife who hid beneath a mountain lion skin to spy on her husband, and was punished by being doomed to wear the skin of the mountain lion for eternity. And that is where we are going to leave it for today. Next chapter would be American Superstitions. So definitely, my dear friends, I hope that you liked this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And as always, I hope that whenever this video finds you, that you are in good health, and may you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as this is Ruby, signing off.